rise.
Thank you. You may now be seated. Court is now in session. We have God versus Lucifer. Is the prosecutor ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Is the attorney ready?
Yes, ma'am.
We will now hear the opening statements from the prosecutor.
Thank you, Your Honor. My name is Abraham, and I am prosecuting against Lucifer. Lucifer has been trying to take over God's angels, and I heard him talk about how God is a loving, merciful, just, and fair God.
Thank you, Abraham. Would the attorney like to give their opening now, or would they like to wait until the prosecutor has finished their case?
I would like to speak now, Your Honor.
You may.
Thank you, Your Honor. My name is Heidi-Anne, and I am defending Lucifer. Lucifer isn't being accused of a crime, and you have no right or evidence to prove it.
Thank you, Harleen. Now, will the prosecutor please call in the accused?
Yes, Your Honor. God, please introduce yourself.
I am God, and I have evidence that proving that Lucifer is guilty.
God, can you please tell us a little bit about what you know about Lucifer and why he decided to betray you?
Well, after the angels singing, Lucifer has felt some pride, and he was very great and wanted to be above me, and tried telling other angels that I wasn't a loving, merciful, and unfair God.
How are you sure that Lucifer talked to the other angels about how you're a bad God?
I can tell that he's been feeling a lot of pride lately and has been acting differently.
Thank you. Attorney, would you like to respond to that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may begin.
It is not Lucifer's fault you made him feel left out, useless. You made him feel this way. You knew he felt lonely and sad, and yet you did nothing. He's right that God isn't fair, loving, just, and merciful. He is a selfish and wants everyone to worship him.
Thank you. Will the prosecutor like to redirect?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may begin.
God is not selfish and was not trying to leave Lucifer out. He always praised Lucifer after the performance of the angels.
Thank you. Attorney, would you like to respond to that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may begin.
It is not Lucifer's fault that you made him feel left out and useless. You made him feel this way. You knew he felt lonely and sad, and yet you did nothing. He's right that God isn't a fair, loving, just, and merciful God. He is selfish and wants everyone to worship him.
Thank you. Will the prosecutor like to redirect?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may begin.
God is not selfish and was not trying to leave Lucifer out. He always praised Lucifer, and that was all after the performance of the angels.
When did I ever not appraise you?
Does the attorney want to say something?
No, Your Honor.
God, you may step down.
Action!
Okay, so at this moment, prosecutor, you may call your first witness up.
Yes, Your Honor. May witness one please come up? Please state your name.
My name is Riley, and I'm witness number 1.
Witness number 1, would you please tell us what you heard?
Well, I heard Lucifer talking to the other angels about God saying he's unjust and unfair, which I totally disagree with.
Is that all you have to say?
Well, I also heard that Lucifer wants to take over God's throne and become all above, so he's gathering his own army of angels to go against God.
How are you so sure about that?
I told you already. I heard Lucifer talking about it, and also to mention, he asked me if I wanted to join his group to go against God.
Thank you, witness 1. Now, Lucifer's attorney, will you please call up witness 2?
Yes, Your Honor. Please state your name.
Eliseo, and I am witness 2.
Okay, now, what do you have to say about what you just heard?
Well, I am very sure that Lucifer did not say any of those things because he's always so busy practicing for fire and doing other work. Lucifer has never went up to me and has never asked me if I wanted to be part of his group.
Thank you. Now, will the prosecutor like to respond to that?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, then. God, if you have anything left to say, please say it now.
Thank you, Your Honor. Well, I did have some angels come up to me saying what Lucifer has been planning, and I also heard while me and Jesus were planning on creating a world, Lucifer got jealous that we didn't include him in our plan.
Would Lucifer like to respond to that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then. You may begin.
I don't know
know why you assume all of those things, but even if I did overhear you and Jesus talk, I would not feel left out because I already play an important role in heaven, the head of angels.
Lucifer, God, you may step down. Does the prosecutor have any witnesses to call?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, we will now hear closing statements from the attorney.
Your Honor, today we have the burden of proof. You saw God being selfish and unjust. Our witness Eliseo told us that God is unfair and selfish. We ask your verdict of guilty of God.
Thank you, attorney. Prosecutor, you may begin your closing.
Thank you. May I begin?
You may.
Your Honor, today we have seen that Lucifer has been trying to take God's angels on his side because he was jealous that he does not same level in power with God. They did not show enough proof that God is guilty for being unfair, unloving, unmerciful, unjust God. Therefore, we ask you to make God innocent, Your Honor.
Thank you. All rise. The court will now be in recess while I decide who is guilty and who is not.
All rise. Court is now in session.
Thank you. You may be seated. In this case, Lucifer versus God, I find that God is not guilty. Action.
Riley!
Riley!
It is not Lucifer. I can't see. Missionary.
Action. Hold on.
Okay.
Action. Prosecutor, you may call Lucifer up front.
Lucifer, come on.
Please say your name.
Lucifer, obviously.
In a respective manner, name your name and occupation.
The name's Lucifer. I'm head of choir.
Please tell us why you're...
May witness one please come up?
My name is Riley.
Oh my!
Give me that! That scene takes like 2 minutes. And now you're gonna start it all over again? No, you'll say
I mean, we could just start from him walking back up. And
Yeah, just shorten the clip.
Please state your
Julie,
name.
I didn't
And
know
then
you're
you
not
start.
editing it?
I'm editing
My name is Riley.
My name is Riley, and I am witness one.
Okay, wait.
Literally, like,
Alicia was really